Hey friends, hope you've had a great new year so far, although we've only 5 days into it. I was reading through the Bible today. This year, I'm doing a through the Bible study over the course of the year. If you want to jump in and join me, leave a comment below and I'll let you know where I am. But today, I'm reading in Genesis chapter 11, and we're talking about the Tower of Babel. And so this happens after the flood. The flood is over. The ark has landed, and God tells Noah's people to be fruitful and multiply and scatter across the earth. Well, we're in chapter 11, and the people decide they don't want to scatter. They want to hang out. And so in verses 3 and 4, it says, "And they said to one another, 'Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly.' And they had brick for stone and bitumen for mortar. Then they said, 'Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be dispersed over the whole face of the earth.'" And so their plan, their idea is, instead of following what God has told us and to disperse across the land, across the whole earth, we're just going to build a city right here so we can hang out here and we don't have to go anywhere. That is their first step of disobedience. Now, there are theories about the tower they're building. One, they built it down in a valley. So if you're trying to reach it up to heaven, it'll be a long way. It'd probably been better if you built it in a mountain. But one of the theories about the tower is they built it so the top would be in the heavens so God could come down to them and be amongst them. And so it's the old thing about pampering other gods so you can have favor. And so that's one of the theories for this passage. And so if that's the case, then they can build the tower into heaven and God will come down. Now the thing about it is, while they're building it, God does indeed come down to earth to see what they're doing, and he's not pleased. And so he changes up their language, and so they have to disperse because they don't understand each other anymore. So they have to go to the various corners of the world and disperse to be with people who are speaking their own language, like he wanted them to do in the first place when he said, "Go, be fruitful and multiply and spread across the earth." And the thing that I got to thinking about this is, God comes down. He comes down to earth and sees what they're doing. And from the beginning, all the way through the Bible, and even now, that is one of God's plans, is to always be among us, to always be with us. But part of that is we have to give up what we want and follow what he has for us. Even in the New Testament, when Jesus is, people are gathering to Jesus and he said, "Give up what you want and follow me." And that's the problem the folks in this passage have, is they don't want to do what God wants them to do. They want to do their own thing while still trying to have God hang around them. And God says, "No, you're going to do what I want you to do." And then we go further into the chapter, and it goes through the genealogy, which introduces us to Abram, who later becomes Abraham, in chapters 12 through the rest of Genesis. And a lot of stuff going on in Genesis. Genesis covers 2,000 years. So there's a lot going on in there. So I encourage you to get in the Bible and read and see what's going on. But also to encourage you, God has plans for your life. And one way to be a good follower of Jesus is to follow what his plan is and not our own plan. Have a great weekend. God bless.